Okay, Mitch is in the kitchen, so you know what that means. It's Cabinet of Chaos, or should I say cabinets, plural, of chaos, because we added one that is getting just as bad as the other one. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna close my eyes. Mitch is gonna pick and we're gonna be completely surprised by whatever ingredient he gets, and that is what we're gonna have to cook with. So Mitch, you ready?
All set.
All right, let's go for it.
I don't know.
Roasted sesame seeds. Okay. I forgot these were in there. So, not too sure about the expiration date on these things. I don't think there is one actually. So, okay, yeah. I mean, as long as they're still good, we should be like a go, right? And they still smell really good. So, okay, roasted sesame seeds. Well, we've got our work cut out for us. So I think I know a couple of ideas already, but I'll have to look through my cookbooks to see what can we do with this giant bag of roasted sesame seeds. So I will be doing that, and next time you see me, we will be ready to cook. So I've done some digging and I think I found the perfect recipe. You know, you could always just kind of find something to sprinkle sesame seeds on top of. But then I thought, what would be the fun in that? I really want to find something different and interesting, and I think I've hit on it. We are going to make Italian sesame seed cookies. These look really good. You can see it uses quite a bit of sesame seeds, so we're going to use up hopefully quite a bit of this. If they're really good, we may just use the whole bag as we make several batches of these throughout the months. But let me show you a picture here. Look at that. Doesn't that look so good and interesting? So I will go ahead and link this website in the description box below so that you can go straight to the recipe and maybe check out some others. It looks pretty good, but let's go ahead and get started on these first. They look fairly easy with limited ingredients. I've already got everything out. The only substitution I'm going to make is soy milk instead of regular milk, but everything else will be the same. So let's go ahead. I've got my mixer out and ready, and let's just go ahead and get started because I cannot wait to eat one. All right, so I've got the softened butter in there. I'm going to add the sugar. And then we're just going to cream that together until it's nice and incorporated. But I wanted to show you something really quick. You know how when you're searching for things on the internet, the ads are kind of curated to you and whatever you've been searching for previously. You can tell that I love puzzles because that's the only ads I've been getting on this entire website here and then even further down. So, and you know, not gonna lie, they look like some pretty good puzzles. So, you know, I'm not gonna actually buy anything, but the ad tried its best. I'll give it that. And we've got creamed butter and sugar. So next we're going to go ahead and add our 2 eggs, but one at a time and mixing in between. And then I went ahead and measured out my 2 tablespoons of milk because that and the vanilla will be going in next after the eggs together. And I went ahead and pre-measured it because this half a cup of milk is actually going to be for something different. We're actually going to be dipping the cookies in milk before we roll them into our sesame seeds. So I went ahead and just measured it out just to be easier. So I'm going to get on that and we will continue making this dough. So I think that's pretty well mixed. I went ahead and put the vanilla into the soy milk because both of them go in together, so that's not going to hurt anything. And we give that just a couple of seconds of mixing, so says the recipe. And then we put in our baking powder. Now that we've got that done, the recipe says to go ahead and start with 3.5 cups of flour, gradually adding that in, and then we'll use more as needed. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we will come back together when I've got all of the flour in there. And I think I've got it done. I decided to stop at 3.5 because it's still soft and pliable as the recipe wants, but it's not sticky, so I think that's going to be enough flour. I'm going to go ahead and let this rest for the 15 minutes, and that will give me time to clean up some of my mess. And when we come back together, we'll go ahead and form these and then bake them. And I think we're ready to start, so let's go ahead and start dipping them. I've got the milk, I've got the sesame seeds, and I've got my silicone mat on a baking sheet, so we're ready to go. The recipe does say that they really don't spread, so you can kind of, put quite a few onto one. So we're going to test that theory out and see how that works. So let's go ahead and grab us some dough. And we're first going to roll them in the milk and then coat them in sesame seeds. Now the recipe said you can kind of form them into a little square. I think that looks pretty good. And we will go ahead and put that on our baking sheet, and then we have a lot to go. So let's go ahead and tackle that. I still have a little bit of dough left over, but I at least have these done. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven while I work on the rest of it. And thank goodness this is using a lot of sesame seeds. I've already refilled this bowl at least once, so that's good. We're using it up like we should be. So let's go ahead and pop these in the oven. And I'm going to go ahead and get another cookie sheet to finish this up and also finish my Dateline podcast. A little Keith Morrison always helps the cooking process go a lot faster. And we have done it. We've got our second sheet of cookies ready. They look really good and tasty. And I don't actually have enough sesame seeds to ever make these again, at least out of this bag, because they used a lot more than what I actually anticipated. But that's a good thing because, ironically, now these are just going to be used to sprinkle on top of other food. And I'm pretty sure these are done now. They look nice and toasted. I love that they actually kind of cracked in the middle. I think that gives them a really neat rustic look. So let's go ahead and pop in the second sheet. We will try to let these cool down before we have our taste test, and we will see if this was all worth the effort. These are cooled off, so we are ready to try them. Number one, they look really cute, don't they? I love the look of these, so let's hope that the taste is as good as the look. These are seriously really good. Now, they're not super sweet, which is going to be a bonus for some people. And I think it is for me as well, because this isn't something that kind of makes you feel, kind of that heavy, sickly feeling you get after you eat like something that's really rich and sugary. This is not it. And at first I thought maybe these sesame seeds are just kind of gonna be like a gimmick. You know what I mean? Like just something you roll it in, but it's just kind of for looks. No. So they add this really nice toasted and savory flavor to like this little pillow of sweetness inside. It's absolutely perfect. The recipe did suggest eating these with like coffee or tea, and I can totally see why you would want to do that. It's the perfect tea cookie. I'm really surprised at how good these turned out. They got a 5-star review on the website that I got them from, and I can see why, because these are so, so good. So there you have it. I got a really great cookie. I used up quite a bit of those sesame seeds that were just sitting in my cabinet, not doing anything. And don't forget, I will go ahead and link that recipe below in the description box so that you can click on it and go to the website if you want to see some of the other recipes. Because if these are any indication, I'd say the rest of them are really good too. So you might want to check that out. So thanks for watching this episode. Hope you make these cookies with any maybe spare bag of sesame seeds you got laying around in your kitchen. And thanks for watching this one. I'll see you next time. Bye.
And if you like historical cooking and unusual cookbooks, here's 2 more videos you might enjoy. And make sure to like and subscribe for more foodie adventures.